Hey, Abby, I can't just go live. God, I'm live, Abby. I'm live. I literally was just on the phone with Really B. Literally was just on the phone with her. I got some crabs, and normally, hey, Abby, hey, mama six. Normally, my crab videos be members only. Hey, Volvo, but since I cannot figure out what's going on with this new fangled version of going live via YouTube directly, I have to do it via StreamYard. And I probably could have did it members only if I would have did it. There's a way that I did. If you remember, I did it, I think, last week, and I kind of figured it out. But yeah. So yeah. So So what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Just some F-dat Fridays. Listen, I don't. Maybe it's just me, but when I go into YouTube, Abby, it tells me that instead of just going from my webcam, it tells me that I need to download some encoding software, and I could do all of that, but I just haven't set it up, and I don't have the patience right now to go through that because I haven't done it. I know I can figure it out. What's going on, Dommy? But I just don't have the patience. Um, so yeah, I just said fuck it. Anyway, did y'all hear about Sierra and Russell Wilson? The baby came. Why did they name that poor child Win? Why did they name that poor child Win? Hey, Miss Win Shondo, can I get some Shondos in the chat for those none of us in here? What are we sipping? Always Bombay Sapphire, Miss Wit. You never have to ask me that yet. You never have to ask me what I'm sipping on. Hey, Pink Sugar. Hey, Sugar. Sugar. Hey, Sugar. But yes, y'all know I got some crab. Like I said, normally this would be a members only live. So if you're not a member, you're getting to see stuff that we normally don't do in the open live. This is normally a members only live. So this is gonna be an F-dat Friday. Y'all know what F-dat means, right? I'm waiting for it to get past the 5-minute mark, and then I'm gonna say it. Because something about with the algorithm and so forth. Hey, Amber, you need to wait till after the first 5 minutes before you cuss, and then you might could get your full monetization. I've been hearing that around. I don't know how true that is. So we 5 minutes in. I'm gonna give it to 6 minutes, and then I'll say it. That baby name is Win. Let me tell y'all something. Now, what some of these celebrities need to realize is just because you are a celebrity does not guarantee that your child is going to be a celebrity. And if your child wants to go into a different career path, you know what I'm saying, then you Some of these names that y'all come up with just it's not going. These kids have to go to school unless you plan to give them private tutoring. I mean, I guess in the day of coronavirus, I mean, who knows what education is going to look like after this? But I'm just saying, what if your child, what if that young man, I think it's a boy, and it's spelled Win, W-I-N. Oh, yes. Now, what if that young man wanted to become a champion tennis player? Right? How is that going to look if your name is Win and you lose this good match? Can you imagine the headlines, the press, every time he loses? Win loses another match. How did that even sound? Win loses another match. Make it make sense. Like, child, a mess. A mess. A damn mess. A citrus mess, as me and my friends used to say back in the day. They send that baby up to lose. That's just like my cousin. I have a first cousin. Her name is Gorgeous. That's her name. Gorgeous. Now, Gorgeous, she ain't ugly, but she damn sure ain't the cutest thing in the world. She ain't at the level where we need to be calling her Gorgeous. Win is short for win, honey. Win is short for win. Y'all make that make sense. It's right. You're right, Abby. It's not as bad as some of these other kids' names, but it just goes to show this going narrative. Like they be trying to be all creative and shit like that. Like, girl, this child has to have a life with that name. Girl, listen. So, well, hell, I'd have been doxxed enough. Y'all know my name is Elton. So I remember growing up, right? And Elton is not a bad name. It's not a bad name. But I remember growing up as a child, and I remember all of my friends in the hood picked at me because they said my name wasn't black enough. And they refused to call me Elton. They all called me E. All my friends. All of them. Nobody called me Elton. Everybody called me E. It got so much, I knew if somebody didn't know me, because they would call me Elton, and I would look like, oh, you don't know me. But that poor child, a mess. A mess. How did they think? Oh, Lord. The scary part is this. I'm never going to call these people unintelligent or, dumb, because hopefully you have to have some form of intelligence, even if it's physical giftedness and intelligence, to get to the status where some of these people are. You can't just be completely off your rockers to get to some of these people level. So my point is, with some of these people having some great form of intelligence, why then are you naming your child name that you know is not going to help them in the future? I mean, I don't know. They be trying to be all different and all kinds of stuff. Playing around with other. You know what it is? It's control. And you got people that's playing around with other people's lives. Yes, that's your child. You are certainly right. And I cannot take that from you. Yes, his dick went in your cooch in order to make that child. Yes, you are right. You push that child out of the vaginal canal, out of the birth canal. Okay. All this, that, and the third. Yes, that child belongs to you until they turn 18. However, why then do you think that you have to affect someone's entire life? Because giving somebody a name can affect a person's whole life if they choose not to go through the whole process of legally going to court and getting a name change. Because that's a whole process. Hey, Quintessential. Hey, Dami. Hey, everybody who came in. But that's a whole process. So, I don't know. But the reason I say I think it's control is because they want to be able to control that person's existence. I don't understand it, but who the hell am I? Who the hell am I? So let me say that first. Secondly, I wanted to make that announcement. Can I talk about also? I was looking at I was at my favorite place today, Publix, getting these crab legs, right? Listen, Abby, it's the extremely rich and the extremely poor that always want to do things with their child name. I don't understand these people. I do not understand. But who am I? Anyway, whole child, because you know some of the poor people, they ain't no better, because their names be so bad. It'd be like, you know what? I gotta be speaking Swahili. So I was in the line checking out, right? I was in the line checking out. And I saw People magazine, the latest edition of People magazine. Now, I want to show y'all how disrespectful People magazine is. I just want y'all, this is People magazine we're talking about, okay? These disrespectful ass motherfuckers at People magazine, you would think with everything going on with social justice issues, Black Lives Matter, and everything that we got going on, that some of these publications might, in the wake of all of this, be sensitive to issues surrounding Black people and people of color. Not them. So I picked up the latest copy of People magazine thinking they finna have a whole spread all about civil rights icon. I'll even give them, maybe they didn't want to do C.T. Vivian because maybe that's getting way too deep into the civil rights era. Okay, fine. Maybe they say a lot of people don't know who C.T. Vivian is. Okay, fine. But when John Lewis dies, you think, okay, that's finna be the cover. That's finna be the cover of People magazine. Whoa, no. Not these disrespectful assholes. You know who they had on there? Alex Trebek. Front and center, biggest day. And then way in the corner, real tiny, you got to squint your eyes to see. You got John Lewis. And then they got John Lewis and the dates he was alive, 1940 to 2020. I said, I know you the fuck lying. I was like, I know you are fucking lying to me. I said, what in everything? I said, but what do I expect? People Magazine is a publication made for and by the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains. And when you are descended from the Caucasus Mountains, you do things like that. So I don't know. Um, um, oh yeah, I'll save those for like if you say the church announcements at the end. So what else is going on in the news? If you have not been watching Joy Reid's new show that started this week on MSNBC, it's called The Readout. And she is right now, I think her show right now is the highest cable news network show of the week. It debuted at number 1. Shouts out to that beautiful black queen over there. Maybe MSNBC might do right by a black woman. Maybe they might do right by a black woman. Because MSNBC, let's not get it twisted. Lest we forget what you did to Tamron Hall. Remember Tamron Hall, MSNBC, who y'all ceremoniously kicked off of your cable television network? Remember that? For no reason? Besides the fact that when she undressed that U.S. senator who came on her show one day and she undressed his ass because his ass was wrong. And she went in for I forgot what the guy's name was. It was a senator. And he came on there for an interview and she undressed him, honey. Gave him the business. And after that, the next thing you know, they tried to appease the black folk and put Craig Melvin in that spot. Nah, you ain't appeasing us. We see you. We see you. Hey, Michelle's daughter. We see you, MSNBC. Yeah, y'all might think y'all the most liberal or whatever, because y'all got Rachel Maddow, who's a flag-wearing member of the LGBTQ plus community. And y'all still have Tamron Hall. I don't know if Lawrence McDonald is her husband or just her baby daddy. I think they are married. But I know Lawrence O'Donnell is that's her mate partner. I don't know if they married or if that's just her baby daddy. But that's, the baby she had, that was from Lawrence O'Donnell. They a couple. They've been a couple for a long, long time. Anyway, he's still on the network. But if you remember, they were thinking about kicking him off as well, and they kept him there to appease both of them. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Then, lest we forget Melissa Harris Perry, who y'all kicked off, which is the whole reason why Joy Reid was able to get on there. Because Melissa Harris Perry, during the 2016 election, need I remind you, they wanted Melissa Harris Perry, a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. They wanted Melissa Harris Perry to do all of her shows during the 2016 election cycle on the election, leading up to 2016 election, from 2015 leading up to 2016 election. She told them, absolutely not. My viewers, my audience, they don't only want me to talk about election. They want me to talk about other topics. And when she told them she wasn't going to just talk about election, what did they do to Melissa Harris Perry? They gave her the boot, lest we forget. So, yes, right now, they are the only cable news network with a black female having her own show in prime time, yes. However, don't try No, Volvo. I thought it was Lawrence O'Donnell. I'm gonna have to go check that. I thought it was Lawrence. I swear I thought it was Lawrence O'Donnell. Y'all always fact check me anyway. Yeah, I swear I thought it was Lawrence O'Donnell. Maybe I'm wrong. I swear I thought it was Lawrence. I would have bet you money it was Lawrence O'Donnell too. I would have bet you money. Anyway, but lest we forget Melissa Harris Perry as well. Okay? Because y'all kicked her off. And that's how Joy got her own show, because when they kicked Melissa Harris Perry off, well, Melissa Harris Perry quit. They didn't kick her off. She told them, thank you for coming. Y'all drive safely. And she said, I'll take my shit and I'll leave. She did quit. I will say that. She wrote a nice long letter going in on that ass and punched it. She did. I will give her that. Oh, they dated. I swear she was still with him. Anyway, well, I know they were dating during the time when she was leaving. I remember that vividly. They were together when she was leaving, when they kicked her off of MSNBC. She was dating Lawrence O'Donnell. Anyway, what was I saying? Melissa Harris Perry said, bitch, I'm not here for this shit. I told y'all I'm not only doing election coverage. If that's all you want me to do, y'all can have y'all show. Baggert. And she punched it. Sure did. I wasn't mad at it. I was not mad at it. Because she had a great show. Listen, the black people that she used to have, the black intelligentsia and intellectuals that Melissa Harris Perry, and the topics that she used to cover on there, she had a great show. Great show. I used to learn so much on her show. I'm still mad at TV1 for what they did to the Roland Martin show. The Roland Martin show on TV1 was so good. So good. So good. And they canceled it for no reason. Anybody else used to watch that show? The Roland Martin show, when it came on TV1, they ain't do right by it. Black people, we can't even do right by each other. So how I expect MSNBC to do right by us? We can't even do right by ourselves. We can't even do right for ourselves. Because I ain't even there was no rhyme or reason. Because it wasn't like his show was getting better ratings than the garbage that they was putting on TV1. I'm just saying. What's good, Jonathan Ford? What's up, Fi? I watch Roland on YouTube because he still has YouTube. He still does a show on YouTube. He does it on Periscope, Facebook, on multiple platforms. They didn't do right by TJ Holmes. And TJ Holmes quit CNN to go to finance. TJ, listen, that TJ Holmes, dear God. Ooh, child, I had to think about that. You know, he had them hypnotizing eyes. Ooh, that TJ Holmes was fine something, honey. Listen, the last time BET did right with the nightly news was when Jackie Reed was on there. First, it was my frat brother, Tavis Smiley, and then it was Jackie Reed with the big titties, with the big bazongas. Hey, Sly Sylvia. But BET did not do right by TJ Holmes because he quit CNN. He sure did. To do the black thing, to go work for you Negroes. And y'all ain't do right by him. I don't even know what TJ Holmes is even working now. Where does he work now? I don't know who TJ Holmes works for now. I have no idea. I have no idea What TJ Holmes is doing right now? Jackie Reed came after my frat brother Tavis Smiley, and but yeah, I don't know what he's doing now. But when TV1 got rid of the Roland Martin show, I was done with them after that. I was like, I used to be in my classroom, y'all. Funny story. So, in my classroom, before we had, hey Victoria, oh he's with ABC now. Okay. Before we had like the remotes that could control. Before I had a remote that could control my PowerPoints or do different things on my smart board or my Promethean board, I used to have a student that would sit and behind the desk and control it for me, so I didn't have to keep walking back and forth while I was walking around the class. And so I used to say their cue was, I used to do them like Roland used to do, or his show where he used to be like, Shelly, go to my iPad. And I used to live from where Roland used to say, Shelly, go to my iPad. That was my favorite part of the show. Y'all don't know how upset I was to find out that Shelly was not a woman. I thought Shelly was a woman for real. And Shelly was some Jewish white man that worked for him. Anyway. I saw a lady that had a Shelly go to my iPad t-shirt on. And you have to watch Roland Martin to know what Shelly go to my iPad is. Anyway. So I used to tell the students, Shelly, go to my iPad. Their name wasn't Shelly, but I tell them, listen, your name ain't Shelly, but when I need you to change, your name gonna be Shelly. He still says Shelly, go to my. No, he don't say Shelly. He just say go to my iPad. But it ain't Shelly no more. He just be saying go to my iPad. But I used to love when he used to say Shelly, go to my iPad. And on that last show, if you remember on his last show, Shelly came out and he said people always asked him who was Shelly, who was Shelly, who was Shelly. And he finally showed Shelly. And Shelly was this middle-aged Jewish white man that worked in production. That I thought Shelly was a chick. Yep. But yeah, we just don't do right because I guess we don't value news. We don't value it. I guess they think we'll. But you know what? Shows like that the BET Nightly News, Roland Martin show, Melissa Harris Perry when she was on MSNBC. Sometimes Jackie Reed when she letting them browbeat her into submission to do their bidding. You don't have many platforms that are giving us information and news that we as Black people can truly consume and say, no, I need to know how this affects Black people. Okay. They always want to spin it. It's always from a liberal or conservative white agenda. And I don't care if it's liberal or conservative, but at least if you're going to talk about the news, give it to me so that our community as Black people can know what is needed for us and how this relates specifically to us. Because let's just be honest, so goes America does not so go Black people. Hey, Jasmine. The Penis Whispering Society. Speaking of Penis Whispering Society, we're going live tonight, I think, on Really B's channel. Me, Ebby, and Really B will be talking about P Valley. Where we seen the peen. Listen, my best friend has called me every day this week, even today. And his first response to me was not hello. His first response was, we seen the peen. That was my best friend who said to me every day this week. Every freaking day this week. I hate him. Which means I really love him to death. But I hate him. Yeah, Roland got fired from CNN, and that's how he ended up having the Roland Martin show on TV1, which was a great show. I can't keep talking about it because you always had black people on there. He always made sure to have black liberals and black conservatives. And I found out, and I met so many people on his show and on Melissa Harris Perry's show who used to come on there, and I used to start watching them and following them and reading their work, or if they had blogs or op-eds and things like that, I would look for their work and I would follow them on Twitter and stuff like that to see, what they were talking about, and from a black perspective, because I knew they were going to, hit it from an angle that we could use. And so many names I would follow just from watching their show. That we need more of that. Now, I read something. Here's a scary thing. Where did that go? Damn it. Can't never eat crab without a shell flying somewhere. You don't know where the shell went. You find it 3 days later, be like, oh, there you go. A piece of a shell. God damn it. Anyway, here's a scary statistic, people. Now, this is going to be scary. So brace yourself. It goes along with what we're talking about right now. Now, we did see the opinion on Ruthless. We did. Now, I've been told that Kimball Blues opinion was a prosthetic. I'm not sure, but I was told that his was a prosthetic. I don't know. On Ruthless. Anyway, statistics say that media and sales of goods and advertising, you know how when many of us were growing up, everything was catered toward the baby boomers, because the baby boomers were the largest segment of the population. So television was centered around how they felt or what they wanted to see. Advertising, product placement, everything was centered around how they felt. Now that the baby boomers are dying off, you know what the next generation is? Not my generation, because my generation is Generation X. The next generation that is the largest generation right now is Millennials. And Millennials are from about 82, depending on where you look. It could be anywhere from 80 to 82. It starts and ends around 95, 96. That's the Millennials age. They are the largest population right now. So what that means, but most people say 82. Most things you're gonna look up says that the millennials start at 82. They are the population that everything now is geared toward. All things media, all things goods and services, and advertising, everything is geared toward that group of people. So it's not you are not weird when you think, okay, I just don't get television today, or I don't understand why they're doing this, because it's not for you if you're not a millennial. And I would even venture to tell you, if you're an early millennial, meaning if you're one of those millennials that fall around 82, 83, you may feel the same way, because more of your stuff is in line with probably Generation X as opposed to the millennials. So I would venture to tell you that when some of these people get phased out, like the Roland Martins of the world, and some of the people who we love, those of us who are Generation X, and we have people who we know get us, we get them, they understand us, we understand them. They're being phased out because we are not the generation of focus. They have said that all focus will go immediately from baby boomers to the millennials. That's where the money is. They have the numbers. They have the largest segment of the population right now. So, oh yeah. So those of us Generation X, we never got a chance for it to be our turn. Never was our turn. Nope. Nothing was ever geared toward us. Everything geared toward people around us, either the people before us or the people after us. So should we feel slighted? Yes. Generation X started, I believe most places say 67, anywhere from being born anywhere from 1967, I believe, to about 81. That's Generation X. And yeah, they don't care about us. Michael Jackson told us, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. They don't care about us. They do not care about us. Put a 27 in the chat if you are Generation X. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a millennial. I just want to do a quick poll. Put a 27 in the chat if you are a Generation X. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a millennial. I just want to do a quick survey and poll and see how my subscribers that are in this live right now go. Interesting. Hey, Lady T. Okay. So I got mostly, oh no, the millennials are catching up. I was going to say I got mostly Generation X, but I do see the millennials in here. I do see Generation Z. Wow, Victoria, that means you real young. That means you were born, I think, from 97 and up. Interesting. Now, you know the interesting thing, hey, Lady T, the interesting thing about Miss Anjanette, I thought you was a Generation X or Miss Anjanette, because I've seen you around different places. S. Snell, you're millennial as well. Okay, hey, Blue Cartier. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this, millennials. The dangerous part about that is weird because I never considered myself a millennial, being an 83 baby. But Yana, the thing about it is most, like I told you, if you are early millennial, meaning you like 82 or 83 or even some 84, you may not identify with the millennials because you grew up around the time and with mostly Generation Xers. So, but let me say this. Baby boomers were spoiled because they never had to adapt. Everything was made and adapted to them. And that's what's happening to millennials, which is why millennials are so spoiled. Everything is adapted to appease them, and make them more comfortable. Generation X people have always had to adapt. Always. We've had to adapt and become chameleons and morph ourselves into whatever was hot and popping at the time. So I don't, my husband and most friends are 40, 40. See, most of your people, your husband and most people you hang around are Generation Xers. So it makes it, like I said, most of the early millennials, they don't identify with millennials because that wasn't they don't feel like they're a part of that generation because they grew up mostly around Generation Xers. And that's fine. You don't have to identify with the millennials. You know what I'm saying? A whole dead body. Wait, what are you talking about? Stop the violence? Child quintessential, listen. And you know what's so funny? for Generation X, that's how we were raised. As Black people in Generation X, you were raised to always fit, conform, fit in. Don't try to rock the boat. Make sure you do what they tell you to do. Don't try and, make waves. Just do what you got to do and keep climbing higher and keep moving up. But if you notice, the millennials are much more militant. They weren't taught and weren't raised to to comply or to fit in, or that they were raised you make your own path. Interesting. It's an interesting conversation. Very interesting conversation. As I'm thinking about it now, very interesting conversation. Like, y'all remember growing up, what your parents and grandparents or whomever raised you told you? Baby, don't do that. Don't make no moves. Don't do nothing. Fit in. Don't wear that because that's way too risque. Don't do that. You too loud. Don't go nowhere. Don't be too ghetto. When you went in the store, your mama gave you that look. Baby, when we walk up in this store, she gave you the talk and the look before she got out the car. Before she got out the car and she turned it off and put that car in park, she turned around like this because you was always in the back seat. You never rode in the front seat, even if nobody was in the front seat, at least when I grew up. You always rode in that back seat. Let me tell y'all something. When we go in this in snow, don't ask for nothing, don't touch nothing, don't look for nothing, and don't say nothing. Am I clear? That's how it went. And baby, when you went in that store, you dared say something. Baby, because you knew, baby. When you got that look of death, baby, when you got that look of death, when you did anything counter to what was said to you in that motherfucking car, listen, baby, they didn't have to do nothing. Baby, they gave you that look of death. Okay? Now, what happened is this. The millennials, no. Those was the kids. I'm going to tell you a millennial child. This is how they grew up. I'm going to tell you how you know a millennial child when they grew up. You on one side of the store. You hear a child just screaming and hollering. And in your mind, you like, that must be a white child. That ain't no black child because black children don't do that. Lo and behold, you roll up on the aisle where they at and they black. And this child is just screaming and their mama is letting them scream. And in your mind, you looking like, the fuck raised you? And why the fuck is you letting this child scream like this? That was a millennial child. Trying to tell you what I know. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Generation X child? Nope. You had the fear of God immediately put into you before you left that car. Before you left that good car, you already knew. It was nothing but a look. They ain't had to touch you. They ain't had to beat you. Baby, it was nothing but a look. Nothing but a look. Nothing but a look. Because you knew your parents was crazy enough. Wherever you show out, you know how to finish that. Wherever you act out or wherever you show out, and you know how to finish it. You already knew. And they meant that. Oh, they meant that. Play around. And nobody said nothing. But times changed. People had to change. And that's how you got the millennial child that's screaming in the back of the church. Back of the store. You like, please get this child, please. Please get your children. And those spoiled children grow up to be spoiled, entitled teenagers that then grow up to be spoiled and entitled adults. We, the Generation X delegation, denounce everything the likes of a Kanye West, because Kanye West, I believe, is Generation X. I'm not mistaken. Kanye West is Generation X. Is he? Or is he a millennial? I don't know. Somebody fact check that for me. Hey, Nappy Child, Nappy Child. How you keep getting new memberships? Because I know you was already a member, Nappy Child, but thank you for your membership. You are a it depends on what, if you were born before 1968, if you were born 67 or earlier, 1967 or earlier, you are considered a baby boomer. Oh, he's a Generation X. We thoroughly denounce him. He can be claimed by, because I guarantee you, the millennials identify with him more than us Generation X people at this point. He gives me millennial tendency, and this is no disrespect to all my millennials in the room. Listen, one time for all my millennials in the building. Listen, and I say this all the time about millennials. The one thing I love about millennials, I love the fact that millennials are unapologetic and they will fight and don't give a crap. They don't care. They will tell you where to go and how to get there. They do not care. They are here for the fight. They are here for the smoke, and they are here for the pressure. They don't bend. They do not care. So he's a Generation X. Okay, Nappy Child, Nappy Child, you fine. Nikki said we the millennials don't want. Oh God. Woo, child. They say they don't want Kanye West. So y'all just go give Kanye West to us, Generation X, right? We gotta keep him. We gotta keep him. Okay. So y'all gonna give him back down. We don't want him. We do not want. We don't know him. We don't know him. We do not want him. Those of us in Generation X, we do not want Kanyika. I don't even call him Kanye no more. He Kanyika. Because he's a whole woman out here. He's a whole woman. Kanyika. We don't want Kanyika. 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 We don't want you. We don't want you, girl. We don't want you. Yeah, Team Generation X don't see it for him. Hey, Kurt Victor, you say we got to keep him? No! No! We don't want to keep him. Sapphire, we talk about Kanye. We not keeping him. We don't want no parts of him. Kanye can become a millennial. He's honorary millennial. The millennials can have him. He could be an honorary millennial. They can have him because Generation X, we do not want to claim him. Nope. He is not a part of our generation. We'll claim the Kanye, the first two albums, iteration of Kanye, first two albums. After that, we don't want no parts of him. We don't want the pastor Kanyika who was doing church services. We don't want that Kanyika. We don't want none of it. Nope. Y'all can have all parts of Kanyika. Y'all got them, millennials. Y'all got them. Y'all identify with them. Nikki, you said you vetoed that decision. KER Mix, you say no. Hey, Shawana. Right. Stop the violence. Go over there, Kanyika. We'll take credit for early Kanye before he lost his mind. But that Kanye we have right now, that's Kanyika. He ain't Kanye no more. See, we had him when he was Kanye. Now, he's Kanyika. And Kanyika is a millennial. He's a whole millennial. I don't want him in whatever generation I fall into. Sapphire, if you don't mind asking what year were you born? Because we Generation X want no parts of Kanyika. Well, Sapphire, if you're born 1967 or earlier, you are a baby boomer. And I think baby boomers started like 49 or something like that, 48 or something like that, all the way up to no, I don't think it was 40. I think it was 49 or 60. all the way up until 67. I mean, 49 or 50 up to 67, something like that. And then from 68 to 82 is Generation X. And then, or to 81, I should say, is Generation X. And then Millennials are from 82 to about, Millennials are 82 to about 95 or 96. And then from 97 on is Generation Z. So 66, you would still be considered a baby boomer. You're the last of the baby boomers. You're on the tail end. 66 and 67 is on that tail end of the baby boomers. But how we got to this point, y'all, for those people who just coming in, we were talking about the fact that, I don't even know how we went down this rabbit hole. We started talking about, originally we were talking about Joy Reid and the fact that, and we were celebrating Joy Reid, a wonderful Black queen whose show debuted this week, and she won the ratings battle with all news, cable news outlets, and she won the week for cable news outlets, debuting at #1 for her 7 o'clock spot, taking over that hardball spot that Chris Matthews had. She has a new show called The Read Out. And then we started talking about how news networks never do right by Black people. And we talked about all the Black people that have been fired ceremoniously or had to quit from news networks. And then we started talking about how television programming, news programming, advertising dollars, and everything cultural will now shift from being centered around baby boomers to being centered around the millennials, because the millennials are now the largest segment of the population. So yeah, and that's how we got there. So then we talked about Kanye and the fact that Kanye gives us millennial tendencies. Child, go put in that crab order, girl. Go put in that crab order, girl. Child. Speaking of Gert, if you have not heard or if you have not seen my community post, we will be interviewing Rodney Chester, who plays Alex on Noah's Ark, who coined the phrase Gert. Firecrotch over there be saying it, but that phrase was coined by Rodney Chester on Noah's Ark. I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited, y'all, about that. Y'all feel free, if you want to, my email is going across the bottom. Feel free to email me questions that you may have, that you may want me to ask him, and things like that. Shouts out to one of my executive producers, Dami. He and I both reached out to Alex, and he and I were both instrumental in getting getting Rodney interviews. So shouts out to Dami for being executive producer of the show and stuff. So definitely want to thank him. I don't even know if Dami's still in here, but we've already talked. Me and Dami talk all the time. Yeah, listen, MVN, I'm so excited. Y'all know on Noah's Ark, the most one-liners from that show, all of the lines you remember, I would say 90% of the one-liners or the phrases you remember from the show probably came from Alex. You know. So yeah. So we trying to do it. We're trying to do big things. We're trying to do big things over here. I have another big interview I want to try and get. I'm working behind the scenes on that. So as y'all can see, we're trying to move and progress the channel forward. We are not staying stagnant. How do y'all feel about the new Oh God, look at between your man leg. I ain't mad at you now. That's a comfortable distraction. I ain't mad at you. Go ahead, boo. Anyway, how do y'all feel about the new intro? Even me personally, I don't know how I feel yet about the new intro. Anna, I'm excited too. Anna, I am so excited too. Definitely one of my favorite characters. Um, but we are certainly looking forward to interviewing Alex. But how do y'all feel about the new intro? That's what I was about to ask. How do y'all feel about it? I don't know how I feel yet. I'm thinking about the new intro. You know, I'm always looking at, I'm a perfectionist. I didn't like the old intro. Believe it or not, I did not like my old intro. I did not like it. Did not like it. And people tell me that they like the old intro. But yes, how do y'all feel about the new intro? Also, like I said earlier, my email address is going across the bottom. Feel free to email me questions, topics you may want me to address with Alex, and I will do my best to do that. I think I did say a damn mess. Yeah, a damn mess is on the new intro. It is. It's on there. The old intro, you couldn't hear me saying anything. You just saw me in, various places and making various old videos on there. But new one, you can hear me say stuff. And can I tell y'all, I'm a new subby. I love your channel. This live right now gives me all the feels, reminds me of Afternoon Lives with Ty Couture. Love your content. Well, thank you, Anna. We definitely miss Ty Couture. Ty Couture was a great YouTuber. Great YouTuber, will be missed. That is why I like the intro. I love hearing those phrases. Listen. You know what phrase I was trying to find? I can't even tell y'all how many hours and hours and hours of my own footage I had to watch to get those snippets. I watched hours and hours and hours of my own footage. Just to get those snippets. I was looking for, and I couldn't find it. I think I deleted those videos. I was looking for Baby Shark. I wanted Baby Shark in there. I wanted to get the baby shark do. And I started to just do a video and just, you know, do a video of me just saying it without it being organic. But I didn't want to have a snippet that wasn't authentically from a review that or a video that's on my channel. So I didn't want it to be something that I concocted just for the intro. I wanted all of the spots for the intro to literally be taken from videos that you all saw me do, or you can still see on my channel. So when you look at you just needed to watch a Love and Hip Hop. Did I say that in Love and Hip Hop Miami? Oh, I don't know. Well, just let me know, Dami. You know I get on her. You know I get on Big Sis. But did I say "Oh dear God"? I think I do say "Oh dear God" on the intro, on the new intro. Yeah. I think the mixed reviews, Anna, from fans comes from the disappointment that there wasn't a whole nother season. The biggest, I mean, fans are always going to be upset that we did not get a full, flushed out, you know, ending to that series. Yeah, you had the movie, but the movie was not a real ending to that series. And we were robbed of that. And unfortunately, Patrick Ian Polk and they when he was writing for the movie, he had to do what he could in the time span that he had for a movie. And so it's only so much you can address. You had a subby tell you your intro was too long. Well, I frown upon my own intros being too long. The intro I have right now, I think is too long. I think my intro right now is too long. I like short intros. And I think my intro right now is too long. So yeah. Hey Hermit TV Junkie. Hey Boo. How long did it take you to do the new introduction? The problem, MVN, is it just the it I'm if I add up all the time, it's gonna sound like a long time because like I said, I literally had to watch hours of my own footage to find those clips because I had to find clips where okay, the video was good, meaning the camera or the resolution was good. That was the first thing. Then okay, I might have some of those ones, I think all of those clips except for one, except for the one where I said I'm already needing a damn drink. That's the only one I think where that's the only time I said that. All of the other phrases that's used in the new intro, I said that on several different videos. So I needed to find the version of it that I felt was the best one. I don't know. They say your intro should be 7 seconds, but I think it depends on how catchy it is. My first intro was 8 seconds. And I thought the timing of my first intro was great. I don't know. I just didn't like my first intro. But I'm just so picky on I don't like most of my videos. I will be honest with you. I'm trying to think. Every video I've ever made, I've never been totally happy with it. I've never been able to say, oh, I just love how that came out. I'm always nitpicking. Even the video that people love and see, if I don't have a favorite video of mine because I have a favorite series that I like to see me review. I think some of my best reviews come from either David Makes Man or Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And not even season 9, season 8. My season 8 Love and Hip Hop Atlanta review, I go back and I watch them right now because they are hilarious to me. They are hilarious to me. I go back now and I will watch what the hell I said because I just didn't give a shit. I didn't think nobody was watching me at that point. So I would just go on there and just say whatever. I ain't care. Let a man give me 7 seconds and you will be calling. You know what? Tommy. Tommy, you silly. But yeah, you literally, I had to go through hours. That's why when Really B would call me sometime, what you saying? Still ain't done that damn intro. No, I ain't done. Because I had to comb through hours of video footage. And the perfectionist in me wanted it to be perfect. So yeah, that's what that was. So so yeah, y'all, we got big thing now. There's another big interview, like I told y'all, that I'm trying. Um, you know, um, people are trying to get me to go back to doing G status. I don't know. I'm still in support and solidarity of my big sis, and I don't know if I'm gonna go back. If big sis don't go back, I don't know if I'm going back because I'm loyal to a fault. And yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I will see. And I, because when I did the interview yesterday with Lando, excuse me, I don't know why I call that boy Lando, he talked about that. He said, "Are you going to go back to doing G status?" Because I know what happened with really being whatever. But I said I don't know. Sherrod has reached out to me, and Jonathan, if you still on the Jonathan, if you still in the chat, let me know if you still in the chat, Jonathan. On KS. Dami, hit me back channel and let me know. I forgot who KS is. Wait. Hit me back channel, Dami. Oh, Jonathan, what I was gonna say was Sherrod hit me up on the bond about G status, which really had me like, okay, do I need to think about Dami, send me an email after this. Send me an email after this. And I'll give you information how to get in contact with me. Send me an email. Okay, Dami, send me an email after this so I can give you information or get in contact with me so we can talk about. I think I know what you talk about, but send me an email and we'll talk. We'll talk. Child, a mess, a little baby. They just a damn mess. They talking about, I think they supposed to have a show come on Sunday, episode 4. I think supposed to come on Sunday. It's a mess. To me, it's just disrespectful to the reviewers, to the subscribers, to the fans and whatnot. I'm just, yeah, a mess. Just a mess. Just a whole mess. Just a mess. Y'all know what I have been doing on since I've had days off? Oh, well, let me tell y'all some shows that I watch that I just don't review. But some shows I just watch because I just want to enjoy the show. I do watch The Oval. I will admit that I watched that mess. I've watched every episode of it. I also watched every episode of Ruthless. So I know everything that happened in Ruthless and everything that happened in The Oval. And I'm going to say that if you watch both of them, the storylines don't make sense because The Oval is in DC. Ruthless, those people are way off in the backwoods somewhere. And they don't be traveling all the way to DC like that in Ruthless. They be staying around a little compound and stuff like that. Basically in the backwoods. So I don't be understanding. Oh, you talk about Devon? Jonathan, that young man who has stuff to say about me, and he don't even know me like that. You get mad at reviewers, but you on the whole show. That's a part of the game. That's a part of the game. That'd be like me coming on here and making whole videos about a subscriber or somebody who put negative comments in my chat. I'm gonna have that as a YouTuber, as somebody who makes videos where people have the ability to put comments in my videos. I have to expect that, okay, a subscriber may not like my video. They may watch it and may not see it for my videos, and they may have negative comments and so forth. Okay, I got to eat that and wear that. I'm not making videos going in and saying, oh, you know that subscriber Jonathan Ford, I can't stand him, and he better not ever comment on my videos. That'd be stupid. That's idiotic. The other thing is counter to what you're trying to do for a show, because remember, reviewers have followers and subscribers and people who aligned with them. And if you talk about people's reviewer, some of these people's favorite reviewers, they may say, wait a goddamn minute, and they'll turn on you. I'm just saying. I think Charlie always was like this. And Charlie, in my estimation, was always like this. Because I didn't understand how Charlie ended up in the fight at the end of season 1. Remember, didn't he get in the fight with Sherrod at the end of season 1? If I'm not mistaken. I think he got in the fight at that party. I don't know. Y'all know season 1 was like 13 years ago. Even though I just binge watched season 1 like a month ago, but still. I don't know. But I think Charlie was always like this. Charlie gives me, he's claiming Morehouse. And only went to Morehouse either one semester or 1 year, because he tries to act elitist like some Morehouse people do, but doesn't have the intellect of someone who has a degree conferred from Morehouse College. So, yeah. You know what? I guess I'm going down this rabbit hole. Okay. So, in the gay world, certain cities have certain personas, okay? Atlanta is arguably called the gay Mecca. You could call Atlanta the gay Mecca. Atlanta is the place where it's cool, it's all right, it's the gay black city, okay? It's the black gay Mecca. They have the femme gays in Atlanta, okay? Atlanta has the femme fashion gays, okay? They're all into fashions. They're all into what you got on. They're all into being femme. They're all into the club scene. That's the type of gay that you have in Atlanta. DC is for the elitist, degreed credential holders in the black gay community. People tell me I belong in DC because and I got a lot of friends in the gay scene in DC, because these are girls who have degrees, plural. These are girls who have 401ks. These are girls that have great jobs, girls that in order to come to their house, what are you driving? How many stocks do you? I mean, these are girls who really, are doing things. That's the type. They're elitist in DC. New York gays tend to be more masculine. Not that they don't have the femme guys there, but New York gays tend to be, as a whole, more masculine than some of the other cities. Miami gays are ratchet. They don't give a fuck. They hood as fuck. They ratchet as hell. They ain't trying to be cute. They can be femme, but they is ratchet. They is ready to go and ready to fight at any given point. So, and now I just named a couple of cities. We could talk about Houston gays or Dallas gays and stuff like that. But I just wanted to give you that because to explain Charlie. Charlie wants to be a DC gay, an elitist, an elite gay, but he doesn't have the credentials to be a DC gay. So he's in Atlanta and he acts elitist because he feels that he's better than them when he's really just one of them. And you fit in so wonderfully. He's a classic case of delusions of grandeur. Classic case of delusions of grandeur. A mess. No sighted person wears that golden woolly mammoth outfit that he wore in the goddamn confessional. I ain't even mad at the outfit with the hole. I'm mad at that golden woolly mammoth outfit that he had on. No sighted person chooses to say, oh, I'm going to just put this on and think this cute. Girl. A mess. A damn mess. So Charlie, because he may hang around a lot of girls that didn't go to school. So because he had a semester or two at Morehouse and probably got ceremoniously kicked out, God, he still feels like he's above the rest of those girls. Like, girl, who are you? Girl, who are you? Show me your credentials. Because we need to know what credentials you have, honey. I'm just saying. Child, I'm always sensitive or critical of what people have on. We're in Arizona at Hermit TV Junkie. You in California now, right? I think Hermit TV Junkie, you're in California now, but you grew up in Arizona. Okay. I'm mad his friend got up here and tried to say no one should have had anything to say about it. Child, our guy came on that goddamn interview like he was the Dundada. Our guy done went on any platform he could to try to backpedal pussy pop off of some shit and try to explain away what the fuck they had going on. And that bitch ain't shit. He wasn't shit on the show. He ain't shit now after the goddamn interview. You know, some people, we interview them in the Just Us League, and you come away thinking, you know what? I have a newfound understanding of that person. Or, you know, I don't see that person the same way. Not him. Not him. I was like, girl, gra. Child. A mess. A damn mess. Just a damn mess. Oh, you in San Diego. Okay. But yes, child. I can give you my assessment right now, everybody. There's a whole handful of them that suffer. Half the cast suffers from delusions of grandeur. Roman, he's another one that suffers from delusions of grandeur. This is going to come out harsh. So let me say that up front. Some of these girls, because people see it for you in the ballroom scene, now you think that translates over to regular life. Baby, that's a 5-minute moment you had on the stage at ballroom, and that was it, sweetheart. What are you doing the rest of the day? What are you doing with the rest of your life, sweetheart? Because you big in the ballroom scene, sweetheart, that does not make you have amassed a whole lot. And the dangerous part about not just with Roman, but with a lot of these young girls is they do things in their 20s, and because they have success in something in their 20s, they may have They may have meteoric success in their 20s, but not asteroid type success or comet type success. A meteorite is something that goes up, it's real bright and real flashy real fast, but then it dies out and it comes down. An asteroid is something that's bright, flashy, or a comet is something that's bright and flashy, and it stays in the sky year after year, eon after eon after eon. It's always coming around, so it never loses its height and its luster, unlike a meteorite. And so these people have meteoric rises to fame because maybe you an Instagram thought, not knowing, hey boo, looks and your body are fleeting. Everybody's not going to see it for you forever. That has a window of opportunity, boo. You need to have something that's going to sustain you. I'm just being honest. And so what will happen is they have these delusions of grandeur because they have this meteoric rise because you got a certain number of Instagram followers, because you have a certain number of Twitter followers, because your OnlyFans is making you so much right now, not knowing, okay, 10, 15 years from now, is that going to still be sustaining you? So these delusions of grandeur that you have right now in your early to mid 20s, where would they be in your mid 30s, early 40s? What are you going to do that is going to sustain you? And so when we're talking about these shows, the G Status ATL hustles and the come ups and stuff, the come up and the chasings and stuff like that, you all need to be following people who have sustainable increase or sustainable rise to fame. I'm just being honest. And when you have the type of career, the type of profession, the type of industry behind you that has that, you don't rise in the early 20s. Those type of careers, you don't rise to, you don't get your biggest notoriety in your 20s. I would rather tell you it's not until you get to mid to late 30s, early 40s where you really start to have that time when you coming into your own and you say, okay, this is what it's supposed to be like, because you've been gradually rising and paying your dues and cutting your teeth down at the lower level and learning and perfecting your craft. Say it with me, perfecting your craft to the point where then you can rise from lower level to middle management to upper middle management to someday, maybe when you get to your late 40s, maybe 50s, you got a C in front of your job title. Come on now. And that's the part that is disappointing sometimes with millennials sometimes, because they are a part of the microwave generation, because some of these kids never knew what it was not to have internet. They never knew what it was not to have a cell phone in your hand. They never knew struggle. Just saying. I even put it to teacher mode. They never knew what it was to be in a math class and not have a calculator. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, I wish IG model existed when I was growing up. Level, I would have stacked money and then paid for school. Okay. When I was coming up, they had no internet for me to be all on. Well, I would say this. When I was in high school, I got my first email address in high school. I think it was my junior year. It was a project that my 11th grade teacher made us all do. This was the mid 90s. And we all had to get an email address. And I remember sending that first email to my teacher. I think it's still in that email if I look hard enough. And but I mean, there was no social media. There was none of that. There was no social media. Well, I'm not gonna say there was social. There was social media when I was in college. It was different social media. Like we had some like College Club, Black Planet when I was in college and stuff like that. Hell, I remember Napster. That is one of that is one of the downsides of today. Like there were things that I and my generation did in our teens and in our 20s, stupid dumb shit that we did that thank God we didn't have cell phones with video cameras and things, because we were doing dumb shit back. I ain't gonna lie and say we weren't doing dumb shit back then. Right, having to go look at an encyclopedia or almanac or something like that to find information. Going to the card catalog. They don't even know what a card catalog is. Child. Napster, child. I remember having dial-up internet, and I would go to class. I was in college when Napster was out. I would go to class. I would set my little queue of all the songs I wanted to download, and I would go to class and set my queue and dare the bitch to call my phone, because you knew if somebody called you while you was on the internet back then, it would shut your internet down. It would knock you off the internet, knock your dial-up off, and you would be mad as fuck. Somebody be done called your phone, knocked you all the way off when you in the middle of downloading a song from Napster. Child. Oh, child. A lot of people don't even remember. Back in those days, you talking late 90s, early 2000, porn was free on the internet. There was no paying for porn because they had not perfected yet how to do money transactions over the internet yet. It wasn't perfect. I'm not saying they couldn't do it, but it wasn't perfected. So a lot of porn websites back then were free. Just free. I mean, you just went there and I remember those days. There was this story time. So my freshman year in college, I did not have my own personal computer in my room, and neither did my roommate. Oh yeah, now porn is still free now. Yes, oh yes, because you go to Pornhub and stuff like that. But there was a time when porn wasn't free. Anyway, but I'm saying porn, there was no such thing as paying for porn at all back then. But this was late 90s. My freshman year, Florida State University. This is before they built, if you know Florida State from back then, most people know the big computer lab on the second floor. But when I first got to Florida State, my freshman year, they had the computer lab, because the internet wasn't a big thing back then. Ooh, don't start on Black Inches magazine, Mr. Torello. Listen, Black Inches magazine gave me a lot of pleasure and fulfillment back in the day, honey. Ooh, Black Inches magazine? Mr. Torello, you just took me someplace, bitch. We about to go there in a second, Mr. Torello. You just took me some places, bitch. Child, I went to Florida State, Anna. So anyway, my freshman year, they had a small little computer lab on the third floor of the Union, way back in the corner. And so the computer lab stayed open 24 hours. Computer lab was open 24 hours. And it was a small room, and they had rows and rows. So I would go all the way to the back row, to the back corner. Baby, it would be 1 a.m, and it would only be like 4 or 5 of us in that computer lab still, because most professors at that time just wanted you the research you had to do at that time. A lot of research still wasn't on the internet yet, so you still had to go and do research at the library, pull the actual book, read the actual fucking book, and all of that shit. But I remember it would be like 4 or 5 of us in there on the internet. Baby, when I tell you I used to be in the back by myself in that back row in the corner, I used to get on that website and I used to look around. If I knew nobody was by me, Baby, it was stroke time. Baby, we got it down. It went down in the back of that child. You could have called that corner the abortion clinic, honey. Because how many kids I killed and left all over that goddamn, all underneath that goddamn table where that computer was. There wasn't no gum up there. No, that ain't gum. That is dried up ejaculate. Oh, it was a mess. Man, I could have got caught. What was I doing? Oh well, it happened. Just a mess. Just a damn mess. And then I remember when I first got out of school, my favorite web before there was a Blackgate chat, before there was BGC, there was whatstea.com. And baby, we used to be in whatstea.com reading down in those forums. The BGC forums never lived up to the Blackgate, the BGC forum never lived up to the whatstea.com forum. Baby, in whatstea.com, we used to be in those motherfucking forums and in that chat. And baby, I was one of the people that used to be up in there every day going in and let down. Baby, when I tell you, see, the reading that these people do on YouTube is nothing. The reading that these girls do nowadays is nothing. Baby, back then, we talk about 2002, 2003, 2004. Baby, when I tell you those girls used to read down, baby, they used to read down. They would drag, you talk about skull, they used to have reads that was so layered. It was like so layered. They would have the face value read, then it would go layer after layer after layer. And by the time you be done picked apart the whole read, bitch, they had the skull drug you, not to the white meat, to the motherfucking bone. And you be like, what the fuck did this bitch just tell me? Hey, bitch, you had to come back. Bitch, you had to have a strong back there, honey, a thick skin, honey. Because the girls used to read down, honey. But child, you talk about Black Inches back in the day, Mr. Torello. What you know about Black Inches back in the day, child? That magazine right there. Watch it. If you go back with Coco Dorm, you go back with Coco Dorm to Chicago before they moved to Miami. When they were still in Chicago with motherfuckers like Breon and Penetrator and Pretty Boy and Mr. Torello, child, don't make me go back. Do not make me go back. Woo, child. And Prince Jr., and all of them back in the day. Prophet. Going back. We going back some. Back when Shorty J was still with them. Child, listen. Mr. Torello, I always log back in because I would literally skull drag a bitch. Go to bed, wake up, see that they done drugged me, drag their ass before I go to work and be like, and you know, back then you ain't had no phone where you could be checking the website on your phone, and I couldn't check it at work either. So I had to wait till I got home. Bitch, I used to get home and them bitches, like 4 or 5 motherfuckers came up on that bitch and drugged me to the ground. I'd be like, bitch. I'd be on the computer like, listen, dragging me. That's why when bitches be on YouTube now talking about they finna drag somebody, and I'll be waiting and I'll be listening to these little kitty little 3rd grade reads and be like, girl, you're not even worth it. I ain't gonna even come up with nothing good. When I be reading these bitches over here, I just say something real quick that come to the top of my head because they're not worth brain cells. The reads that they be giving is not even worth brain cells, honey. Child. Listen, MVA, it's too late now. The statute of limitations is over for that, honey. Baby, that was a long time ago. Some of these kids was not even born when that happened. Some of these good kids were not even born when that happened. So, baby, the statute of limitation is over. That's just like I got on this March of 100 hat. So I was in the March of 100. And I was in Florida A&M University's marching band. The famous Florida, the incomparable Florida A&M University marching band, March of 100. I was in the March of 100. Anyway, Um, I remember I got a lot of hazing stories because I was a hazer in the frat, in the band, in masonry, and everything. In Freemasonry and everything. I've been a hazer. But the statute of limitation for everything that I've done is over. So you can go ahead and try and take me anywhere. Take me to court. Take me to whatever you want. The statute of limitation is over. They're gonna look at you like, oh, too late. Child, girl, child. Whew. I did not think I was gonna be on here this long. Mr. Torello, child, we gotta have some conversations. Dami, don't forget to send me an email, Dami, because I need to talk to you. I play trombone. Herman TV, I play trombone. Trombone. I was a rank sergeant, assistant section leader, and all of that good stuff. I wasn't just regular. I showed a video on my channel one time. I think it was me and Terrence when we were talking about marching bands. And I showed a video of me, my sophomore year, young, impressionable, young, dumb, stupid, full of cum, L Teddy 27 from back then. And child, they done doxed me already, Mr. Torello. You know, they love to dox the people. I guess that's a badge of honor. You ain't nobody until you been doxed, dear God. Child, yes, God, brass. We don't do woodwinds. We don't do that. We don't do that. Anyway, but yes, it was a young. I looked at myself. I was like, "Oh, L Teddy, you was kind of you was kind of cute in a little bitty kind of." I was so young and dumb back then. 27 is my favorite number. But yeah, I showed that video. It was so funny. It was so funny. But believe it or not, Herman TV Junkie, that was marching band. I played brass and marching band, not in symphonic band. Not in symphonic band and wind ensemble. I work in cybersecurity. I would hate for something to quote happen. Ooh, bloop. Oh! Yes, Mr. Torello. Yes. What area do you live in, Mr. Torello, if you don't mind us asking? I did not violate the trombone. I mastered the trombone. Did not violate it. Mastered it. Because we like to do it in 7 positions. A mess. You better get him, Mr. Torello. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. But y'all, I was a French horn player in wind ensemble, one of the toughest instruments. French horn is tough. I actually played French horn in my high school band. We had 3 bands. You're in VA? Okay. Mr. Torello, look at you over there looking all kind of cute. Let me find out, Mr. Torello. Mr. Torello, you looking kind of cute over there. Let me see over there. Y'all know I'm a big flirt. You know, I'm a whole ass whore. So let me find out, Mr. Torello, looking all cute over there in the VA. Dear God. Ooh. I'm sorry. I had a moment. Judge your mama, don't judge me. Anyway, I played French horn. I was first chair French horn. In the 3rd band in my high school band, we had wind ensemble was the top band, symphonic band was the 2nd band, and the 3rd band was French horn. And I taught myself to play French horn one year and made first chair 3rd band. And my principal instrument for wind ensemble is actually flute and piccolo. And trombone is what I played in marching band. And I actually made wind ensemble for both flute, piccolo, and trombone. But I always end up playing flute and piccolo because that's where the need was. That's like, get your flute, child. Oh, you come on, retired? Yes, for 40 and retired. See, that's the kind of man I need who's 40 and retired. Because that means you got a lot of time and a lot of energy to bang, 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 bang. I'm just saying. Because see, what people don't understand is the older you get, the more your libido goes up. I mean, oh God. Herman TV Jug, I played the flute was my first instrument. And I'm all state, all county, all region, all state, and tri-state on flute and piccolo. I'm all state and tri-state also on trombone. Oh, we did not miss it. Anna, step aside, Anna. Don't get cut, Anna. Do not get cut. I'm flirting here, Anna, not you. Not you. I am flirting here, Anna. Don't get cut. We'll hate to have to cut you, Anna. While I'm over here flirting. Y'all, I'm getting ready to get off here. Can I get some shondos in the chat? Definitely let me make some announcements of some things that are to come. Later on tonight, I believe. Did we say, Abby, did we say 7 or 8 o'clock? Either 7 or 8 o'clock. Abby will put it in the chat. We're going to be on Really View TV's channel. We'll be discussing P-Valley. We might discuss some Greenleaf as well. Tomorrow afternoon, myself, Abby Reviews, and Giving You the Real Tea, we will be on my channel tomorrow afternoon, and we will be discussing Mr. Torello, you are a member, so you can put a Shondo emoji. There's a Shondo emoji for you. So if you're a member, Mr. Torello, you can use the since you are a member, I should say, you can use the emoji, the Shondo emoji. There's a white one and a black one. Anyway, what was I about? Oh, we will be discussing, myself, Abby, and Terrence from Giving You the Real Tea. We'll be discussing all things gospel music. If y'all remember, we did a live after the Hezekiah Walker and John P. Key versus battle. We did a live afterwards, and it was a great live. And so we really enjoyed, the three of us being on live talking gospel music, because all of us know gospel music. All of us have sang in gospel groups. We've been on albums and stuff like that. So we're going to discuss gospel music tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. So look forward to that on my channel with myself, Abby, and Terrence from Giving You the Real Tea. And definitely Sunday afternoon at 5 p.m. we will be here, right here, with none other than Rodney Chester, Alex from Noah's Ark. We'll be talking with him. We'll sit down and have a conversation with Rodney Chester and have a good time. I'm looking forward to that. We have so many things that are coming up. Chantel, you just getting in here? I swore you was in here before, Chantel. Damn it. We had a great live today, Chantel. We've been having a good time over here. I really didn't have anything to talk about, and as you can see, we had a whole lot to talk about. But yeah. So we're gonna discuss. We'll talk with Rodney Chester. Y'all know, look for all of my reviews as normal. Yeah, a lot of big things happening with the channel. I hope you all like the direction that we're going in. Thank you to anybody who has ever sent me a super chat, sent me a cash app. I don't know if anybody sent me a cash app today. My hands are dirty from eating crab, so I wasn't able to get on my phone and check. But if you did send me a cash app today, let me say thank you. For those people who became members today, let me say thank you to you as well. Yes, I hope you all enjoyed the interview yesterday with Lando. He enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it, and so forth. And I had a great time doing that with him yesterday. So Thank you all. Thank you to each and every one of you all who are members. There is a members only live. I would say that I was going to do a members only live on Sunday, but I won't. I'm a sexy Sunday, but I'll be preparing for the interview. So in lieu of the sexy Sunday, I think it's okay for me to forego a sexy Sunday and do the interview with Rodney Chester. But there is another sexy Sunday coming. Don't worry. I might do a sexy Sunday on Monday. I might do a sexy Monday instead of a sexy Sunday. I might do it on Monday. If you don't know what sexy Sunday is, thank you for your membership, Anna. If you don't know what sexy Sunday is, sexy Sunday is when we go, if it's on Instagram, we look at Instagram thirst traps, all men, all the time on sexy Sundays. If it's on Twitter, though, we look at meat, and more meat on the Twitter. Right here on YouTube. So if you and Sexy Sundays now are members only. So in order to be in order to be a part of Sexy Sundays, you have to be a member in order to be a part of Sexy. I know, Jonathan, that is not your ministry. I know, Jonathan. I might do a Sexy Sunday with women one day, Jonathan. You know what, Jonathan? For you, I might do a Sexy Sunday with the women's is. I might. It's only going to be like one. Listen, and when we do Sexy Sundays, Abby or whoever else wants to come on will come on with me, and they will critique the men's that we look at on on Instagram or on Twitter. They love, listen, the women folk being here and the men folk being here critiquing the hell out of the men's that I put. They're never satisfied with the men that I give them. They're never satisfied with all of the men. And I give them quality men. Abby, how many people have started following you because of Sexy Sunday? How many fine men's have started following you because of Sexy Sunday? I rest my case. Abby could tell you, Sexy Sunday works. You follow them, they and all of their friends, all of their cute friends will follow you. It's my contribution to mankind and womankind. All right. Anyway, so those are all of my announcements. Y'all know to follow any and all content creators. Certainly the siblings, Liberal J the Nerd, Big Sis Abby Reviews, Big Sis Really B TV, Mother. Well, y'all probably already follow. If you're not following Mother Spiller Boy TV, then I don't know where you've been all this time. Auntie Lady Nika. Who else am I missing? Oh, those who have spawned out of the house of debauchery. Foibe, for the artist. It's Me D. Even Captivating Christian, who comes out of the house of debauchery. Those three young men all came out of the house of debauchery. Follow one of my closest friends, your boy Ty, who's not in here. He's gonna cuss me out when he sees that I was live. I'll talk. Ty's birthday is tomorrow. So I'm gonna see what he's doing tomorrow, because if he's available to come on tomorrow while we're live, I will have him come on so y'all can show him some love, maybe send him a couple cash apps and shit like that. But Ty's birthday is tomorrow, so I'll call him and I'll let him know, and maybe he can come on. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being visible, present, vocal, and active in the chat. Hey, there's It's Me D. He's one of the ones who I just said you should follow. And yeah, let's do what we do. With that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Yeah, I'm gonna try. It depends. Ty might be little baby. Ty might be busy, so I gotta call him and see what Ty got going on Saturday. If Ty is free, I'll have him come on with our gospel live because Ty actually has a lot of history in gospel music too. He's sang with a lot of gospel choirs and gospel groups as well. So he actually sings with the New York City Gay Men's Chorus as well. Yeah, he's been on television singing with them as well. So Ty, is well versed. And anyway, until next time or until later this evening, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.